thanks for joining me to color. Today we'll be working on this adorable Magnolia image called Tilda Working in the Garden. I'll put a link down in the description box to the card kit and all the supplies I used. I really appreciate you shopping with me. If you have a question, leave me a comment and I'll make sure to get back to you. Otherwise, I have already stamped my image on Neenah 80-pound Solar White cardstock with Memento Tuxedo Black ink, so let's color. So let's start out by giving a girl a background. For that, we're going to use B000, quadruple zero, and our colorless blender. I'm going to start with my B000. And I want to add that where I want there to be just a little bit more shadow. So let's do underneath of her arm. And I'm going to touch right down next to her dress and just flick away. And then we'll do the same for this side. And let's do a little bit right here where her hair is. And then maybe a little dab over here next to her cheek. Then I'm going to add B quadruple zero. And I want to go all the way around. So let's do a little bit right here in between her leg. And then I'm just going to touch down on top of my B000 and flick away from that. And we're going to go all the way around the girl. And if I do it first, then if I get some on her I don't want, I can erase it. And I didn't worry about that little cloud right there, I just left that white. And then I'm going to take my colorless blender and I'm going to touch down on top of her and then swipe past both of those blues. So I'll blend the edges. Next, let's give her some grass to stand on. For that, we're going to use YG 97, 95, and 93. I'm going to start with YG 97. And let's go right underneath of her boot. I'm going to use that grass right there as my guide. Then I want to add YG 95. And I'm going right along the edge just to soften it. And then for this grass, I want to add some grass in here, so let's go right over the top of those little grass streaks that are already there. And then we want to add YG 93. And again, I want to go over the edge of my grass, so let's go do that first. And then I want to add a little bit more of this grass in here. And then I'm going to go back with my YG 97 and just do a little bit more of that underneath of her foot. Let's do her skin next. For that, we're going to use 11, 21, 00, 000, 13. And then for her cheeks, I'm going to use R20 and 30. Let's go down here and we'll work on her leg first. So I'm going to start with E11. And I want to do a little dab of that right underneath of her skirt. And then I'm going to come down her leg. We're going to do this knee right here. And then I'm going to go on top of her boot. And we're going to do the same thing for this side. And then I'm going to add E21. And then I'm going to add E00. And I like to swipe over her whole leg with my last color. And I think I'll give it a second coat of E21. And then another coat of E00. And then I'm going to take my E13 and just give it a little bit underneath of her skirt. And we're going to go up here and we'll do her neck and her face. So again, let's start with our E11. And then for her face up here, she's got a little bit of dots right here on the side of her face. I'm going to start right there. And I'm going to go across. And then here's a little space where her hair is not touching her forehead. And right here's another one. And we're going to bring this around to her neck. Then I want to add E21. I'm going to continue my line around to the other side. And then when I get to my 20 or my 11, I'm going to flick away. Then I'm going to add E00. And then E000. And then I want to add some cheek color, so I'm going to do R20. And I use the little dots on her cheek as my guide. So I sit down on the edge of her cheek and then pull out into the little dots. And then I'm going to soften that with R20. Or no, sorry, R30. And I just want to flick right along the edge of my R20. And then we are going to do a second coat of E21. And then E00. and then E000. I'm going to use this to go over her entire face. And let's see, I forgot to do the rest of her neck, so I'm going to grab E21. And then E00. I think I'll make her cheeks just a little bit pinker, so I'm going to go with R20. And then R30. And then E000 again. Then I'm going to take my E13 and add a little bit of shadow on right here in the corner of her face. So underneath of her bangs and around to where her face kind of bumps out for her cheek right there. And maybe a little bit up here in her hair. For her hair, we're going to use E15, 23, 31, and 50. We're going to start with E15. I'm going to start down here on the end of her braid. And I want to add a little bit of streaks wherever her braid tucks in. And we'll come up here and add a little bit up here where it comes out of from behind her cheek. And she's got a little curly cue right here we want to add a little bit to. And above her headband. And I think I'll go up this way, away from the bottom of her bangs a little bit. Then I'm going to add E23. Then we'll add E31. And then I'm going to go over those three colors with E50. And then I'm going to add just a little bit more of my E15. For her boots, let's use E49, 47, 44, 43, and 42. I'm going to start with E47. And let's go a little dab up here by the edge of her leg. And then I'm going to go underneath that little rim on her boot. And down along the bottom. Over here I'm going to follow these little dots. And down the inside of her boot and over the crease. And I'll do a little dab there by the edge of her leg on that side. Then we want to add E44. I'm going to add 2 coats, so I'm not worried about it not blending. And then E43. Then E42. Then we're going to add E49. And it's really dark, so we're just going to do a little dab. And then E47. E44. E43. And then E42. For her shirt, we're going to use W2 and 0. I'm going to start with W2. And I'm just going to do my W2 right next to her body where her arm is. And she's got a little crease right here where her elbow is. So I'm going to do that. And then right here, her shirt is showing where her overalls are not, her dress is not showing, is not touching. And we'll go over here, do this arm. And then we'll do a little bit right here in the elbow for this shirt. And then right here, she's got a little bit of her shirt showing. And then I'm going to fill it in with W0. I'm going to go back with W2 and just put those shadows back in a little bit. Let's do her overalls next. For that, we're going to do BG 34 and 11. I'm going to start with BG 34. She's got a little bit of her strap showing right here where her hair is. So we'll do that. And then let's do a little bit here, there. And then let's go right next to her hair and over the top of the ruffles for her pocket. And then let's do a little bit down here. We'll go around her pocket. Then I'm going to add BG 11. For the outer pockets of our dress, we're going to use W9, 7, and 5. We're going to start with W9. For the outer pockets of our dress, we're going to use W9, 7, and 5. I'm going to start with my W9. And I'm just going to put a little dab of that right next to her hair and right next to the bottom where her pocket touches the dress. Over here we'll go right next to the dress. Then I'm going to add W7. And for that I want to touch just a little bit onto my W9. I'm going to pull it out just a tad. Not too much. Same for this side. And then while I have this out, she's got this hair bow right here in her hair. I'm going to color that. And then I'm going to use my W5 to fill in the pockets. For the rest of the stuff, we're going to use R27, 35, and 43. I'm going to start with my R27 up here on her little hair bow. So let's do a little dab right on this corner. And there's some little dots on her hair bow. I didn't worry about those. I colored right over the top of them. And later I'm going to add my Uniball white paint pen, or white gel pen, and put those back on. Then I'm going to add R35. and then our R43 to fill it in. And then we'll go down where we'll do the rest of the stuff down here. So let's do R27 first. And let's start over here on this glove. And then for this little button here, I'm going to color the strings. And there's a little half circle right here. I'm going to go over that line. Same for this side. And then for this glove over here, let's do like this. And then we're going to do underneath. And I'm going to go right next to where her hand is bunched over. That. And then for this little pocket right here, there's some stitches right here, so I'm going to go right next to those and then pull away from her hair up to these stitches. Then I'm going to add R35. And then we'll add our R43. So there is our adorable Tilda working in the garden, all colored up. Didn't she turn out cute? Love her. Then again, here is my finished card. So on my finished card, I have popped up the clouds, the girl, and then these two buttons here. I added some Spica clear glitter pen to her hair for some sparkles, and then I used my Uniball white gel pen to add the dots to the bow, the gloves, the pocket, and then I added a little bit to her cheeks and then her little eyes here, so she's got some eyes. Very cute. I will put don't forget I put a link down in the description box to the card kit and all the supplies I used. If you need more information or would like to see some more pictures, you can head over to the store blog and I will post this over there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my video. I would love that. Otherwise, I hope you had fun coloring today, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.